Cordless inflator. Power up your life with ACROpow. Okay, I guess. Anyways, I found this on eBay not too long ago, and it is a cordless inflator. Battery powered, but battery not included. It uses these Makita 18 volt batteries, and they make, I think, other models that use different brand batteries, which, you know, actually here's the part number right there, and it says somewhere in this box. Where is it? No, that's just specifications. Right there. Portable Tire Inflator and some other junk. Yep. Where is it? Oh, right there. Right there. Makita 18 volt battery. ACROpow. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah. There it is. So I picked this up again, as I said, on eBay not too long ago. You can also find these on Amazon, which actually it's cheap right now on Amazon. I initially bought this on. I initially looked on eBay, then I looked on Amazon, then I looked back on eBay and I found this cheaper, and I made an offer on their ads. It was our best offer. I paid 25 bucks for this, but later, of course, after I bought it, I found it on Amazon for 20 bucks. So, anyways, these things go from, you know, anywhere from $20 to $40, depending on, you know, what time and where you look. And it's a basic generic tool that uses a name brand battery, which, you know, I don't recommend buying generic batteries. I like the name brand. These Makita batteries, this is the one that actually I've had for about 15 or so years, and as long as you keep them charged, they still work good. I mean, I've kept it up, and it's, you can see it's fully charged right now. I mean, there's another one right there. One of the original pair I bought, you know, 15 or so years ago when I bought a tool set. This is another generic tool I've found useful, which I got on eBay, which is a generic impact, which you can see this on AVE or whatever. He did a review on these long ago. And this one actually worked pretty good up until I dropped it. I mean, I only paid 30 bucks for it, and it still works, you know, it's just finicky now. I actually bought another to replace this one for 20 bucks. So, you really got to shop around with these generic tools to find the best deal, and it will fluctuate up and down. But, until I got this tool, which I haven't used it yet, I've been using this big old clunky jump pack. It's right here. It's got the jumpers right there. You know, power inverter, tire inflator. But recently, I also bought this, you know, maybe, I don't know, less than 10 years ago, but it's the battery's starting to go bad. So, I mean, it's, you try and charge it, and it doesn't hold a charge, and it's just going. It's on its last legs. But until, you know, recently it worked pretty good, and I used that to fill up tires. Well, before that, I would use something like, you know, an air tank. You see right there, I got a little pancake compressor. But if you ever used an air tank, you know it could take several trips to fill up a big, large truck tire, which, you know, if you don't have an outlet near you can't plug it in. You just fill the tank and walk out there. And anyways, so let's get back to this here right here. This is my ACROpow, which we'll unbox it here and open it up. Always interesting doing this one-handed. Let go. Get the belly assist there. Yep, that's it. So we got instructions here. Woohoo! I'll be sure to read those later. And we got the tool. ACROpow. There we go. It's got a nice long hose. I've seen some of the shorter ones. I want, you know, after using this behemoth, I wanted something way more compact. So this is, you know, although that did last for forever, it's essentially mostly battery. But so we got this here. Nice long hose. I like that. Really like that. I'll measure it later. Maybe I'll caption the actual length. It's got this, I guess, you know, indicator, and it actually got a LED light right there. So I mean, slap the battery on. See if I can do this one-handed. We'll go the other way. See if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Does it work? Oh, there it goes. It's not too loud. Way quieter than that. So, I mean, that's, yep, see right there that the little screen's working and such. Well, overall, so far so good. Anyways, let me head outside and we'll test the sucker out on a flat tire. Oh, before I head out, I just noticed this button right here. There's the light. That's cool. I like that it actually has a switch, not just automatically activate the trigger like, you know, most tools you use it lights up. Which now this one's, yeah, see right there, and it stays lit. So it can be handy, but you know, when you don't need it in the day, it's nice that you can control it. And you're wearing your battery down all the time with that light. And I also noticed down here, there's this little compartment for the extra, you know, the things that said on the box that came with it. You know, the little needle and, you know, whatever adapter for inflating other stuff. So cool. I like that it's incorporated into the tool. It's handy dandy right there. Because I mean, you know, you don't have to track it down, and as long as you put it back, it's right there. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's try the sucker out. Interesting. I just went to change my shirt. I'm wearing red now, and I noticed that this was still on, and it's apparently there's a power button right here, which I don't know, yeah, if it's, you know, and it doesn't seem to hold and shut off. I guess this stays on for, I mean, that was like over a minute ago. Just that kind of annoying. It's going to drain the battery, but you know, there's also plus and minus buttons right here. But I'm just trying to see if it's, you know, it turns on and off or what, or that light just stay. I know it. No, I stood here and waited for it to shut off. So I know it does shut off, but there's so yeah, whatever. Let's get out to the garage. Also, I guess this is important too. I guess when you push the power button, it cycles through the reading types. So, I mean, yeah, that's a definite, you know, detail you kind of need. Alrighty then, we finally made it out to the garage. Welcome. See, my mess is everywhere. I know I got a flat tire out here. Let's see. No, that one's good. But, yeah, right there. That one looks nice and flat. So, we'll get that here in a second. Of course, I could use this nice handy dandy air compressor right here, but I want to, you know, try out this new tool. And the problem with having an air compressor is the hose, you know, even if you got a couple feet, you know, a couple lengths of it, it's not always going to reach. I mean, I got stuff, you know, way out and far away. So that hose ain't gonna reach out there. You know, plus out back. So this thing's gonna be, you know, hopefully, you know, a lifesaver. I've been using that little tank right there, which I bought at a local store back when I was a teenager for forever. I mean, look at that gauge; it's all busted up. I mean, it works. Yeah, so reads. But I'd have to make, like, you know, for a short tire, multiple trips. Car tire, maybe one or two. So, I'm rambling. Let's get back to this tool. Oh, damn me, junk everywhere. I need to clean my garage. So, here we are. When I was playing with it before I brought it out here, I almost forgot to show this. Which, you know, we're here in America, so we want PSI, which I got set for 35 PSI, which we're going to actually lower that a little bit. But they're done 30. And we'll see, this thing's, they've been flat forever, so we'll read that up. And it's actually kind of dark over here. You can see the shadow. So I can't really reach that light switch over there. There's all this junk. So, anyways, now we get to try this light out. I'm going to use my one hand to do it. Okay, lights on. Yeah, that's not very bright. That light kind of sucks. So, I mean, I guess at night, if it's totally pitch black, that would be good enough, but yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Oh, it's aimed up. I mean, that light, not ideal. No, I should aim it down so you can actually, you know, hit the tire stem. But I mean, the tire stem's not always gonna be down; it's gonna be up and whatever. So I mean, that's irrelevant. Let's get to actually trying this sucker out. All right, lock that sucker on there. pull the trigger. Okay, there it goes. It's full. I mean, that took maybe about, I don't know, I want to say, looking at the timer on my camera, about 3 to 4 minutes to go to 30 psi. Probably closer to 4. I mean, it's not, you know, lightning fast, but I mean, for as portable and small as this is, that's plenty. I mean, that old big old box would take longer or the same. So, yeah, it works good, in my opinion, for 25 bucks. I mean, if you already got the battery, which I already have multiple of these batteries, so, I mean, oh, and this is a 215/55 R17 for any curious. So it's not a giant tire, but it's, you know, you're kind of your average car size tire. I mean, you know, we'll do a truck tire here in a second. Oh, a couple more observations before we head out to the truck. The hose itself feels warm, but the tool feels fine. It's just, that just feels weird how warm this hose is. And the tool battery, full charge still. So one tire did not put a dent, you know, didn't take one of the bars off, but this is a, right there, 4 AH battery. So again, though, this is an old battery. I mean, I'm surprised, but I've kept them up, so I've kept them charged. I don't leave them sitting around dead. So I really like Makita batteries. Okay, we're outside for this one. This is just a truck tire, and I'm going to use a tripod for this one, so I can just, you know, because with this inflator I can just set it and walk away. It's going to shut itself off, unlike that other big old jump pack where I have to come back and monitor it. Which, you know, that's if you have to come back and monitor, it's a good thing it's slow. But, you know, when you set it, you want to be kind of fast. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm going to be off doing something else. So, anyways, this is a 245/70 R16. You see right here, it is at 0 psi. So let me get the tripod set up and we'll get that sucker started. And here we go. Seven minutes, 40 seconds. Well, now that one took about 7 minutes, 40 seconds, give or take about 10 seconds, because, you know, I think there was a little bit of, you know, the start and stop on the camera and such. So, anyways, you can see it's right there, 30 psi. So, you know, not bad. I mean, it's something you can, you know, set and walk away and, you know, fire and forget. Next, we'll do over here. I got this piece of junk which I'm just dragged out from out back. I'll be hauling it off. Yeah, this tire's still got a little bit of air in there, so it's not completely flat. I couldn't get the size because I think it's down there, but if we look at this other side over here, I'm pretty sure it's a similar size. Even though the wheel style is different, it's, you know, pretty much the same. See, it's a 205/70, and I think that's a 14. It's maybe, I don't know. Let me set it up and we'll give this one a go. Actually, the gauge says this one is 0. I mean, it's, I don't know, it's, feels kind of like it has a little bit of air, but, you know, we'll start it here and see. Nope, that one ain't gonna take it. Oh, but now it's reading. This is 5. I think I might have the nipple off. Try that again. Alright, so that one didn't take as long. I forgot to look at the camera because I was actually inside doing some other junk, and so I'll have to look at the thing and caption it later. But see right there, it's 30 psi. When I came out here, it was actually fluctuating between 31, 30, 31, 30. But you can hear over here, maybe. Actually, I gotta grab my mic. This tire has a leak. Maybe it's the valve stem, I don't know, but you can hear it leaking right back out. And this will be the last tire we test. We'll give it one more shot. You can see right here, this is a all-terrain. It'd be hard to see. 31 by 10, 50 R15. So this is a big truck tire. Nice meaty, holds lots of air. It's got a bunch of dry rot. You don't care. I'm not gonna show you. So again, it says 0 psi. And I forgot to show you the battery after the white tire, the white truck tire. So here we go. Show you real quick. Now this is after 3 tires. Okay, we're at 3 bars still, and we were at 3 bars when we were doing that junk Firebird, the scrap Firebird, when it was at like 6 or 8 psi. So the battery's holding on. I mean, you know, we'll see. I mean, technically, it's got I don't know, somewhere between 15 and 17 minute runtime on it so far, which is, you know, pretty good. So here we go. Let me set the tripod up and we'll get this going again. Bam, there it is. That took about 9:25, so 9 minutes 25 seconds, give or take a few seconds, because you know the elapsed time of starting and stopping the camera, whatever. And you know, got up to, you can see right there, 30 psi on the battery. Is looking down to 2 bars. So this thing is gonna go through batteries, but this is, you know, this is a big tire. We've done 4 tires. And when you don't, you know, if you got multiple batteries, it's not an issue. I'd rather have something like this than something big and bulky like the jump box anyway, or need 100 miles of hose. But, oh, and it should be noted, I just want to point out, it may take longer if this tire is mounted on a vehicle. There's no weight on it. So it's just, you know, here loose in the wild, so to speak. Actually, it's a 1 in 10. Let's step inside here in the garage. And helps if I grab the freaking tool. We'll wrap this up. So, there it is. Power up your life with ACROpow and Makita batteries. I mean, it's I hope I get a lot of use out of it. It seems like it's going to be a handy dandy tool. You know, well, I'm going to occasionally use, because realistically, I'm going to use the compressor when I can, because it's much faster. But there's going to be plenty of times where I got to go out back and that's going to come in handy, or I'm going to go, you know, somewhere not even here, you know, so. There it is. This video is rambling enough. Let me know what you think about this tool in the comments below, and you know, if you like it, give me a like. Oh, I will say this too. If you're gonna use a tool all the time, buy name brand. For someone like me that's gonna use this tool, you know, a few times a year maybe, or a few times a summer, you know. Anyways, for me, it's not worth buying the high-dollar tool for occasional use. I'd rather have more cheap tools than the ones that I'm going to use all the time. I'm going to buy the good ones. So let me know. Thanks for watching. Keep it real. ACROpow.